y'all, Tasha checking in with another video, and this is going to be a review for Love After Lockup Season 6, Episode 8, Hide and Seek. If it's your first time joining me, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. This is a special live day, y'all. Normally, I go live on Sunday. However, I am going out of town. I don't know what in the world, my braids start falling out. I'm going out of town. Me and my husband are celebrating our anniversary coming up, and so we are going on a cruise. And so we leave starting tomorrow. And so I wanted to come on out and do this live so that I can get it out of the way, get it uploaded to you all, and let you all have time to watch it and everything. And because I'm not going to be in town, okay? So let me position myself. So go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, subscribe. That's the most important thing. We on our way to reaching 500 subscribers. That may not be big to some people, but it's huge to me, okay? And make sure you share this video with your friends and family, because by the end of the year, I want to reach my next milestone of 1K subscribers. Hey, Tasha. Yes, I'm live on a Saturday. Oh my gosh. I said I gotta get this review out the way, because me and my husband are going on our anniversary cruise to Jamaica, and so we leave tomorrow. So I have to do I gotta do this live before I leave. So I was like, I gotta get this out the way before I leave. But let's get into it, y'all. I got my notes per usual, and let's get into it. So this episode, if I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this episode a 7.5. Y'all let me know what y'all give it in the comments. Shout out to the replay watchers and the live watchers. I thought this episode was really, really good. You know, it was better than the last couple of episodes in my opinion. So I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I'm gonna go ahead and give it an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8, and I haven't gave an episode an 8 in a long time. What's up, Yuli? Hey, girl. Hey, welcome to the live. So yeah, I'm gonna give this episode an 8. So let's get started with the first couple, which is going to be Christine and Julian. You know, thank you, Tasha. Yes, I'm gonna have fun in Jamaica. Yes, you gave it a 7. Yes, I'm gonna have some fun in Jamaica. Thank you for the anniversary wishes. This is our 2nd year anniversary, me and my husband. And yeah, we're gonna have a good time on this cruise. Okay, so let's start with Julian and Christine. So Julian and Christine is by far, to me, the weirdest couple. They just I don't know what's up with them. You know, Christine, they need to change her thumbnail picture, because that is not the person that we see every week. And Julian is just very goofy. I don't know what's up with him. He seems like he want to be with her, but he seems like he's a guy that's like he considers himself to be an upper echelon or corporate individual, and so he can't believe he's falling for this convicted felon woman that's not on his level. I don't know. That's what I'm reading, but let's get into what happened with them. Okay, so we opened up, and Christine is doing some type of video in the house, and she's showing us where she sleeps in comparison to where the kids sleep, and it looked really weird. I was like, girl, this man got you really literally on the 3rd floor, as close to the attic as you possibly can go, because he does not want his kids to meet you yet. And I was like, that is so messed up. If you cannot celebrate me in front of your family regardless of my past, then we don't need to be together. But Christine is trying to milk this cow for as much milk as she can get from it, so she don't really care where he tell her to sleep at, for real. And so Julian is talking to Christine, and he says that he told his ex-wife about him dating Christine. So he finally came out telling the wife, you know, I got somebody else, and I want the kids to meet her and everything. So the ex-wife was like, who is this person, Harpo? And she took her phone, and she started Googling Christine, and all the information came up about Christine. All the banks that she robbed, everything that she did came up. And I know the ex-wife was like, oh no, you are not having my kids around this convicted felon that was robbing banks all over West Virginia. She was like, no. So Christine thinks, and when Julian is telling her that he talks to the ex-wife, Christine is thinking that the ex-wife it's just like not seeing it for anybody that Julian is with. She's like, the ex-wife would be mad no matter who he's with. I like, no, Christine, you have a past. That's why the ex-wife don't see it for you. Tasha said, I'm surprised she wants to do stand-up comedy. I don't see her stand-up comic with her. Right, girl, we gonna get into it because I was just like, stand-up comedian. Okay, well, whatever, child. Live your dreams, okay, if that's what you want to do. So, Christine says she feels like she's in jail. She says being in that house makes her feel like she's in jail because she has to stay locked up in the tower basically until the kids leave, or until Julian doesn't have them for a week or whatever the case is, and she doesn't like it. Okay, she says she act like she says she cannot have free range of the house, and that doesn't settle right with her, right? So Julian said, you know what, I'm done talking about this. Okay, I told my ex-wife about you, hopefully you can understand, but I'm done talking about it. Yuli said, child, why are all these people getting with these inmates and losing their jobs? I know, Julian, Shantae, yes, I don't understand that. Let's get into it. So Julian so Julian said he hiding something, right? So we're going to see what that is. So he goes ahead and he leaves the house. We pull back up to Julian and Christine's segment, and we see Julian sitting in the car talking on the laptop to somebody. And I'm like, what is Julian doing? So Julian is doing a job interview because he reveals to us, before he reveals to Christine, that he has lost his job last week, okay? The producers are so messy on the show because they knock on the window. They like, how'd it go? I'm like, y'all in this man interviewing space. Okay, he's trying to interview on the sneak, and here y'all go asking how'd it go, right? And so Julian was like, I think it went pretty well. I think I'm gonna get this job and things of that nature. Okay, he says, hoping everything will work out. Okay, so but he says Christine doesn't know he lost the job. She thinks that he is actually going to work every day, but he's not. Then come to find out, Christine has gotten a job, y'all. I guess Julian put the pressure on it and said, you need to go get a job. And that's why, come to think of it, the last couple of episodes he had been pressing her out to get a job because he had lost his job. So he was pressing her out for that reason, but she needed to have one anyway. So Christine now has a job. She's a server at a restaurant. Sidebar, y'all, I was a server back in the day. I was a server for like 10 years, and I loved it. I loved getting my money every day. I loved talking to people, meeting new people, the whole nine. Oh, excuse me, y'all. My ring light moving. I loved everything about the servant lifestyle, my coworkers, everything. And so you can make some really good money as a server. Depending on which restaurant you get into, you can really, make some good money. So I was proud of Christine, for getting a job. I was like, okay, clap it up for Christine. She got her little job. I don't know if this company said, we're going to let you say our restaurant name, but y'all going to have to pay us or something. We want free publicity or whatever we want. Tasha says, I'm happy for Christine. Yes, on getting a job. Anything is better than nothing. Absolutely. So Christine, so the company, the name of the restaurant is Ram's Head Tavern up in Annapolis. Okay. And so that company name was all up and through the segment. I was like, that company said, we getting free publicity. Y'all gonna shout us out on this show if y'all want the cameras to be up in here. So Christine is inside. She says she likes her job. She done met some friends. She's up here talking to this girl. In my opinion, this girl looked young enough to be Christine's daughter, and she is confiding in this young girl about her issues with Christine. The girl is saying that she don't really see it for Julian. The girl says she don't really see it for Julian. She don't think he's good for Christine and all this other stuff. And I'm like, child, calm down. You only getting Christine's perspective from her point of view. You don't know what Julian is going through and taking care of with her having to deal with a convicted felon and all of that. So then she talking to her, then another guy pulls up. She's talking to him too. They're all talking behind the bar. This guy looks young as well. They're up here talking about they're going to go get drinks and all of this after work. And it was weird because Christine looked like this old lady in comparison to them. And I'm just like, stay in your lane, Christine. Don't be mingling with the children, okay? Because there's girls at my job that be like, oh, you should come and hang out with us, Tasha. And I'm like, I'm old enough to be y'all mom. So we would not be hanging out. So anyway, she says that she says, and this took me back, and shout out to my thumbnail that I made. She says she is going to be starting her stand-up comic career. Stand-up comic career. So she's going to be the convicted comedian or the convicted comic. Okay, she said that that's something that she wants to do, but she said she doesn't have a stage on the outside world, that she was knocking them dead behind bars. I said I cannot see Christine being no stand-up comedian. She does do funny little things on the show that I could see that could be a little chuckle, you know, but it's not giving stand-up comic for me, Christine. But hey, who am I to pee on her dream? You know what I'm saying? If she want to be a stand-up comedian, go ahead, Christine, be a stand-up comedian. So after that, she says, you know, I really love Julian. I really care about him. She's still talking to her coworkers, and she said I even got his name tattooed on me by one of my cellmates. So she pulls her shirt down and she shows. I'm like, why are you showing these children your boobies? She pulled her shirt down and she got Julian name tattooed right here. Now, sidebar, her cellmate is talented, because that tattoo looked clear, the writing looked clear, everything, like it looked like a really good job was done. I said, wow, look at the talent of that cellmate. When they come out, they should go into doing tattoos, because it was really clear and crisp from what I could see. So then Christine, you know, she about to get off of work. Fast forward, Julian pull up, right? And Julian, I guess he picking her up from work. Hold on, let me get to their page, because I want to make sure I don't miss nothing with them, even though they ain't have a lot going on. Hold on, y'all. My bad. Okay, so so you pull up to pick her up from work, right? And she's like, well, yeah, I'm about to go out. I want to go out and have a drink. And he's like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, you should go out and have a drink and everything. And she thinking that her and Julian gonna go out and have a drink. No, Julian had other things in mind, because Julian says that he has a interview. He let it slip that he got an interview in the AM. And she's like, interview? What interview? And so he tried to brush past it and was like, oh, don't worry about it. And she was like, nah, you said interview. What does that mean? So Julian let it slip that he has an interview, and he went ahead and confided in Christine and told her that he lost his job last week. She is so mad about it, but let me tell you how selfish she is. She's in her confessionals talking about, so why did he tell me that he lost his job? Now, how is that going to affect him paying for the lawyers and taking care of me and taking care of the house? All she cared about was her. It was how are you losing your job going to affect me? She didn't care about the fact that the man has lost his job and he has children that he has to take care of. Christine was like, no, he needs to take care of me. She said she don't make enough money in her serving career to take care of the both of them. Okay? And that was it with them. We gonna see what happened with them next week. As far as I'm concerned, they to me are a snooze fest of a couple. They don't really have nothing going on for real like that. I think it's gonna get interesting if his ex-wife shows up. I think the ex-wife, they need to insert the ex-wife as a supporting cast member so we can get something else from them, because as of right now, or we at least want to meet the children or something. But I don't know. Something needs to happen with them, because to me they're just boring. Anyway, on to the next couple, which is going to be Kim and Joey, okay? So we opened up, and Kim and Joey is getting the kids ready for school. I don't know why every time they get these kids ready, it's like a WWE Wrestling Federation match with these kids. Yuli says she needs to make enough money to move out. Absolutely. That's what she need to do, because you wouldn't be cramming me upstairs near no attic. I'm not doing that. And then I want to know, does he have a dumb waiter or something where he sends the food up to her? Because how is it that she's upstairs? She can't come down when the kid's there. So what if she I hope she has a bathroom up there. Like, what if she need a drink of water or whatever? She just stuffed upstairs. But anyway, we offer them. So we open up. Kim and Joey is getting the kids ready for school. They putting up, their kid fight that they do every morning. Yuli says Kim brought this man the wheels to go to the next to the next. Yeah, she absolutely did. And so Kim says, what do you want to do today? Joey is saying, I'm gonna go get some wheels for my truck. Now pause. When you brought the man the truck, didn't the truck have wheels on it? Like, why did you need, was all four of the wheels bald or something? I'm trying to understand why she needed him to go and get some more tires. She's talking about the tires is going to be safe because he takes the kids to school. But didn't he take the kids to school that day? They didn't get in no accident or nothing like that. So I'm trying to figure out why it is that she felt that he had to go and get some tires. But whatever. So he says he's going to go get these tires. And Kim is up here, keep on ranting. Every episode, we hear Kim ranting about how taking care of Joey is cutting into her savings and her pension, and she don't have no money, and she don't make enough. And I'm like, girl, he's a felon. He ain't got no job yet. You knew that you were going to have to take care of him for a period of time. So why are you acting like this is such a shocker? Yuli says he sounded 2,200. Oh, spent $2,200. I would have said, dude, your love don't cost that much. Absolutely. So she says, she talks about all of this, and she tells Joey that you have to cut down on your spending. So she says he goes shopping almost every other day. Now, in his defense, he's been locked up for a period of time, so he probably trying to get back out there and kind of like have a normalcy to his life. But at the end of the day, Joey, if you're not contributing nothing and you ain't spending your money, then you need to go on about your business, okay? So as soon as he gets in the car to go get the tires, go to the tire place, Kim picks up her phone and she's tracking him because y'all know she got the tracking devices in his truck. And I'm like, this lady has trust issues. I don't understand how the cheaters have trust issues, because y'all know Kim is still married and she's with this man. I don't care if you're separated. If you ain't signing papers and go to divorce court, how in the world you gonna get mad if he go and do his thing? Ma'am, you are still somebody's wife, whether you with the dude or not. Yuli said, yeah, for 2,200. He could have put it on layaway. Yeah, I don't understand that at all. So he fast forwards. I guess he gets to the tire shop. He meets up with two of his friends from back in the day, and they talking and everything. Soon as he gets in the tire shop, he's talking I want some 24s. I want some 24s on the truck. And I'm just like, oh boy, because he has Kim's debit card. And pause. I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't love you that much. You just got out of jail. You are not having my debit card, sir. So you can go ahead and end that. I would have went to the ATM machine and gave him the amount of money I wanted him to spend. You're not just going to be swiping my debit card all day while I'm at work. And see, the way my bank account is set up, whenever you swipe, it alerts me on my phone. So I would be at work and I'd be like, 2,200. I would have told my supervisor, I gotta go. It's an emergency. And I would have went and found Joey. I would have pulled up the tracker and we would have had a come to Jesus meeting, because you're not about to be spending all that money on no wheels. Man, I would have rode him down the river like Tina Turner. He's sitting up here spending that on $2,200. So anyway, he meet up with the friends and everything. He pick out the tires that he want and the rims. He said Kim told him he could only get tires, but he decided to go ahead and get rims too. And all of it totaled to the tune of $2,200. Yuli says she is bugging. My debit card is like my ID. If it don't leave me. Yeah, my debit card stays on me too. I do not leave and let people use it or nothing. So the friends up here saying, how's it going with Kim? The chatter and conversation that the person ends up having with the friends. And he's like, it's going good with her. But the friend is like, I'm surprised because Joey back in the day was the type of guy who used to have a lot of women and everything, and it's surprising that he settled down with Kim. I'm like, yeah, because he found a cash cow that he could kick it with. So Joey goes and shows the friend some text messages that this ex of his has been sent to him, talking about she want him back, they can have a life together and everything, and that he needs to be with her, or else she gonna show Kim these text messages that she been sending him and how they've been conversing. And I'm like, oh God, here come enter in the part of the story where she really doesn't trust him. So then, fast forward, he gets the rims and everything, and he goes home. Fast forward, we get back to the house. He's cooking dinner. Now, I don't know what the heck Joey was cooking, but he had some baked potato inside a bowl with some water. I'm like, how did I said, I ain't never cooked a baked potato inside a like cereal bowl with some water in it. But hey, fool me wrong. Maybe it's a different way you can prepare baked potatoes. I don't know. People do it different ways all over the world, but I've just never seen it done like that. Okay. So when he's in the kitchen, he's cooking, preparing dinner for everybody. Kim walks in the house, and when she pulls up to her house, she sees the 24s on his truck with the rims. And she looks at it and she said, "Oh no." So I was like, all right, here it goes. So she comes to the house and he says, "Hey, babe." She don't even say nothing. She, in her mind, she's like, cut the chatter, cut the "I love you" to "Hey, babe, I don't want to hear that crap." She gets right to it. She's like, "What did you do today?" And he's like, "Yeah, I went and got some tires. And while I was there, I just went ahead and got some rims." And she's like, "I didn't tell you to get no rims. You was just supposed to get tires." And he's like, "Well, the tires was $500. So I figured I'd just go ahead and spend an extra $1,700. I was like, Joey, that don't make no type of sense, no way, no how. You sitting up here talking about someone, since I spent $500, let me add an extra $1,700. That's not the way it works. That's not okay. So Kim is looking at him like, are you kidding me? You up here spending that much money, and you know we got stuff to do. We got these kids. We gotta I gotta buy a dress. They have some type of what they was having engagement party that they got to get ready for. And Joey was like, "I don't care about no engagement party. I don't care about no dress. I don't care about no wedding." And she's like, "Well, you don't want to have no wedding." He was like, "Well, shoot, we can go to the courthouse for all of that. Like, I don't need to have no wedding. I don't need to have none of that." And Kim was just over it. She just got so upset at him. All Joey wants to do is have a good time and rock out. I don't even think he really want to marry her for real. But it's crazy because he really can't marry her because she's still married. Okay, so she goes and walks off because she's mad. And he's like, "I don't try to hear that." He get this little soggy looking baked potato, and he's like, "She'll get over it. Don't nobody care about her attitude." And that was the end of them. And it's sad because he knows that she would get over it. She needed to put her foot down. She told him, "Give me my debit card. Like, your swiping days is over." But again, he'll have it back, or she'll give him some more money because she's the breadwinner. She has to take care of him, and that's really ridiculous. Moving on to the next couple, which is going to be Arthur and Hope. Now, last week, y'all remember Arthur had a mental and spiritual breakdown. And I thought we wasn't going to see Arthur no more. Surprise, surprise. Arthur and Hope is on this episode, okay? So they are driving, right? So we got Hope is up in the car dressed like a librarian. And I'm like, where the heck are they going? Because this is the most covered up I've ever seen Hope. And so we find out that Arthur is a Muslim. Now, I use air quotes because everybody wants to gravitate towards a religion, right? But the thing that makes you a follower of that religion is your behavior and your practices of practicing what that religion has to offer. So if you call yourself a Muslim, but you out here acting like hell on wheels and you're not abiding by none of their rules and everything like that, then how can you call yourself that? Same thing as a Christian. You out here saying you're a Christian, but you're up here acting crazy and acting reckless and all of this. How can you call yourself that? So that's what I mean when I say air quotes of a Muslim. But they're on their way to an imam. And so I think an imam is like their facility where they worship at or pray at or what have you in the Muslim faith. So they're driving there. They pull up to the imam. This guy comes out and he's greeting them and everything. And Arthur says that he's doing very well. He's seeing the therapist now. He says, and with the therapist, he wants to get back into his faith of being a Muslim. And so he decided to come to the imam and get back into his ways. So Hope is so goofy because she don't know nothing about the Muslim faith. She just tagging along with her man. So she says that she grew up a Christian, but she hasn't been going to church or practicing any religion for real. And why is that? Because she's been church hurt like a lot of people have been in the past that has say they don't go to church anymore. She says that at her church when she was 12 years old. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, was she 12 or 13? One of them ages, okay? So she said that she was sexually assaulted inside of the church when she was like 12 years old. And I was like, wow, that is, you have to be an evil person to sexually assault somebody, especially a child. It ain't even especially anybody inside of a church. Like, you are very sick. But I felt bad when she said that, because I'm just like, I really hate when stuff happens inside of churches that hurt people, because there are really good Christians out here. There are really good churches out here. And it's unfortunate that people go to some of these churches and get hurt by these people, and then they turn away from God because of that hurt. And that really hurts me. So moving on, let's get on to what else they were saying. Yeah, she was 11 years old, y'all. She was 11 years old. So he starts talking to the wife and the Muslim leader about how he wants to get back in tune with his faith. He said he went to jail and everything and all of that. And he says that he feels that the devil had made him do crimes and pulls on him. And basically he having a spiritual warfare. So the Muslim wife takes Hope to the side to talk to Hope, right? And she says some things that I agree with, and then she said some things I did not agree with, the Muslim wife. So Hope says, how do you deal with the man asking the lady the question? How do you deal with the man that doesn't have anything and you have to be the main breadwinner of the home? And so the Muslim wife, we just gonna say Muslim wife because I don't remember her name. She told Hope that, the man should be providing for the woman. And then if you work and have some extra money, your money should be your money. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. Some of y'all probably gonna throw tomatoes at the screen. So, first of all, everybody's relationship is their own relationship, right? You can never tell somebody this is the cookie cutter way of the way something should work, right? Your relationship is your relationship. Some relationships do 50-50. Some relationships do where the man pays everything, or he pays the rent and bills and the wife buys the groceries and household supplies. Every relationship varies, okay? I guess she was speaking about within their faith. Right, this is the way it should be, but I didn't agree with that. And so because she said that, a light bulb clicked on in Hope's head, and now later on y'all will see how she starts to try to bring that back up to Arthur. And so what else? Okay, so fast forward, they leave that and they're gonna do a date night. So her and Arthur decides to go on this date night to this sewing place where you could make bags and aprons and things like that. I thought that was a cute date night. I wouldn't mind doing that date night as well. And so they went, and when they went, I was like, why? Maybe when they're in there, they can sew Hope a bigger dress. Why does Hope always wear these super small clothes and look crazy? They don't even be like fitting clothes that look cute on her or nothing. They're just super small, and she always looks very trashy when she dressed. I don't understand what's going on with Hope, but anyway, I digress. So they get inside there. The lady starts showing them how to set up the sewing and all of that. And so they get to their date. Now Hope couldn't wait to bring up to Arthur. Now this is the man that just had a mental and spiritual breakdown last week. We all saw him breathing, huffing and puffing, saying that people look like demons on the street and all of this. Hope decides this is the perfect time to bring up what the Muslim wife said when they visited the imam. So she says that the Muslim wife told her that he should be providing for her, and her money should be her money and all of that. And she was like, basically telling him, like, how's the job going? What's up with that? Arthur is like, of course, like all convicts say, it is hard for a felon to get a job. And I believe that. He says he had put in 113 job applications, okay? 113. He said he out here, he pounding the pavement. What do you want him to do? He's trying, okay? Then she further digs the knife into the conversation and hold on, y'all. Let me get their page, because I wrote this in two separate areas. So then she digs the knife even further, right? And she starts saying, well, I want a wedding and everything and all of that. I'm like, ma'am, last week we saw this guy huffing and puffing, seeing demons on the street. He's now in therapy, and you up here talking about a wedding. He ain't even got no job or nothing. What are you doing, Hope? You going to make him revert back to what we saw last week. She is not good for him, and he doesn't need to be with her, okay? She's mad because he proposed to an ex of his on Facebook, on social media. She didn't say the actual site, but on social media, he proposed to an ex after they only known each other for months. So it always seems like Hope is trying to always one up the next person. Like she's trying to one up Arthur's mom, and now she's trying to one up the ex, and make it seem like that she's more important than all these people. And she said she deserves to be proposed to. I say, girl, what have you done? We ain't seen nothing that says that you deserve to be proposed to by him. So I'm sorry, y'all. Hopefully I came back. My husband called while I'm on the line. I'm going to give it a second. Drop a 1 in the chat if y'all can still see me, hear me. My lips may be a little off for a minute because my husband called. I have to call him back when I get off. Okay, so I'm going to keep on going. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. So, yeah, Arthur basically said, I'm not proposing to you. I'm not proposing to you because I'm not proposing. Okay, you can still hear me, Tasha. Thank you. He said, I'm not proposing to you because, and he dropped bars. This is what he said, which needs to be on a t-shirt and needs to be on a quote. He said, why would I try to give you myself when I'm not whole? I said, oh, Arthur. I said, that is absolutely spot on. This man is not ready to be somebody's husband and give himself to you. So why in the world would you even want that from him? He's not ready, okay? So now Arthur is up there. He's still making his bag and stuff and sewing, and he's trying to tone out Hope, and he's like, ain't this a nice bag? And she like, yeah. I was like, girl, get over it, okay? On to the next couple, because Hope got on my last nerve. I said, child, speaking of another couple who got on my last nerve, Z and Troy. That's going to be the next couple. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. Z needs therapy and Jesus. Those two together is the only thing that's going to help Z out. She showed her natural black behind on this episode, y'all. Okay, so y'all know last week they were supposed to be getting ready to go see his daughter. Z made a whole big old issue, and Troy stormed out of the house, right? Left the mama in the house with Z and all of that, and he went to go take a walk. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to take a drink of my water because I'm about to go on Z and her twisted ponytail. So this week, Z was in her room. So she in her room, right? And she talking on the phone. You know the walls in her house is paper thin. And so the mom is out in the living room. So you can hear everything. So I'm thinking to myself, why in the world didn't you just sit out there and talk to the mom and really vent to her and tell her your heart instead of going up in your room yelling through walls? It was so chaotic. I was like, what is going on? So Z in the room, she called her sister. She telling her sister that the mom is messy. She said that the mom said that she cheated on Troy and she is confused. And she confessed it to Troy. But Z said what she doesn't know is that Troy already knows that she had cheated on him. They already talked about it. She already told him. So I guess Yana, the baby's mom, she told his mom because Troy told Yana, I guess, or whatever. But either way, it's old news. And so the mom doesn't know that, though. She's thinking that it's something happened recently. But remember last week, the mom said that it was men in and out the house, or men had came in the house, or whatever had happened. So I'm like, okay, did this recently happen or what? I'm confused. But Z told us that this is old news and Troy already knows about it, okay? And so the mom in the living room listening like, and I'm like, you know the mom can hear you, Z. So why are you sitting up here acting like you whispering or something? And I think she was doing that so the mom can hear. So the mom asks Z through the door. She says, hold up. Okay, so mom asked Z, did she get a hold of Troy, right? Z started yelling and cussing and says, F Troy, F this house, F the relationship, F this, F that, dropping the F bomb everywhere. So I said, and this is the daughter of a preacher man, y'all. And so Troy is out. He finally comes back in the house. And when the mom is at the door, Z and Troy's mom is arguing back and forth. The mom looked like she was tired and hot and high. Her jacket was zipped down in the front. Her breast was hanging out with a red bra on. I said, what in the ghetto is going on here, right? So Troy gets back in the house. And then when he gets back on the house, he knocks on Z's door. She opened the door and took her ring off and threw it on the floor. And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out through this whole scene, like, why is she so aggressive? What are you mad at? This man was going to go see his daughter. Are you that insecure that you would think that as soon as he saw the baby mom that he was going to try to hump her bones or something? Like, what is wrong with you, Z? This was just so dramatic and over the top for no reason. So Troy, when she threw the ring, she closed the door again. His mom says, you know what? Just give her some time. Give her some time to cool off and everything. You can come to my house and all of that. Just give her some time. Then after that, she opens the door and tells Troy, talk to him like trash, like she was his mother. She talks him, get in the room, get in there, get in the room. And I'm like, girl, it couldn't have been my husband, because no day of the week, no way, no how would he have ever let me talk to him like that. But Troy walks in the room, you know, like a little sick puppy and stuff. He get in the room and she closed the door and she starts screaming and cussing. She was like, you told Yana about me cheating on you? That was old. Why would you tell her that? Why would you that? I was like, what is going on? And I'm looking at it like, is somebody going to do something? Like, is she in there abusing this man? So the producers, the mom is looking with this concerned look on her face like, what is wrong with this chick? She is certified crazy. So the producer comes to the door and knock on the door, and the producer is like, Zuri or Zaria or whatever her name is. She's like, Z. So they open the door a little bit and she slams it back. She tells him, I'm naked in here. And the white lady was like, clutching her pearls like, what is going on? I did not sign up for this. What else happened with them? I think that was it with them. Yeah, that was it with them. Z has some real serious anger issues. She needs to stop going to go see that false prophet, because I think because the false prophet said what she said, all of this stuff got turned up. Her whole attitude and everything changed as soon as she believed what the false prophet said. She needs to stop going to go see that witch, and she needs to talk to Jesus about what's going on with her, because she has a serious anger problem. She treated this man horribly. I felt bad for freaking what's his name? Troy. I felt bad for him. I wanted to be like, Troy, get up out of there before she hit you or something. And the way that she was acting in that room, what if Troy would have snapped? What if Troy would have hauled off and hit Z, shook her, threw up against the wall? This is how sometimes women get hit by men and tore up by men. I'm not talking about them men that just come home and just start beating on you. Those men are certified crazy, full of the devil, and they should be locked up. But these men who are like really kind men, really nice men, which Troy has showed us that he is that so far. I haven't seen him really do anything crazy. These really nice, humble, sweet men get ran over by wicked witches like Z and her nasty drawstring ponytail. She sit up here up in this man's face yelling and screaming and cussing at him and wouldn't even let him get a word in edgewise. It was just so horrible to hear and see. And I hope when she watches this back, because it was shot a year ago, so she probably is seeing it right now. I hope when she sees it now that she realized how crazy she looked and sound and how everything just was not okay in that moment. And then you're a mother. Once you shoot something on TV, it's never going anywhere. Your son can Google your scenes and really see you acting this way. Like, why would you want something like that out there in the broadcast and social media streets for your child to go back and say, dang, look how crazy my mama was acting. But let's move on to the last couple, y'all, because Z, her parents, if I saw my daughter acting like that, I would be so ashamed. I would be so ashamed of my daughter if she was acting the way that Z was acting on this episode. But anyway, let's move on to the next couple and the last couple, which is going to be Shantae and True. Shantae is the dumbest, goofiest woman I have ever laid my eyes on at 35 years old. She's 30, she should be 36 now, but whatever. She closer to 40 than she is 30, and she acts like a freaking teenager. I just, for the life of me, cannot understand why some women let men dog them out and treat them like trash. I'm not judging her. I'm just trying to understand her. And I can't, because I know, we all as women has made mistakes, right? With men, we have. But I just, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. And she just doesn't get it. Something is up. Like it. Okay, was the penis that good when you just ignore everything about this man? I just don't get it. Okay, let's get to Shantae and True. So first of all, how many do-rags does True own? True has a do-rag in every color. And on this episode, I believe we saw a black one, a blue one, a white one. We saw every type of do-rag you could think of with that daggone hat cocked to the side. Man, when I see that hat, I just want to smack it off his head. Because he's just such a trash man. But anyway, I digress. Let's move forward. So she tells us, right, that True made his way to her bed. I said, I knew it. Remember I told y'all. Go back and watch my video from last week. I told y'all that True was going to end up being in that bed. Remember she said, you ain't going to sleep in my bed, True. You're going to have to sleep on the couch. Child, please. I didn't believe it when she said it, and neither did he. He ended up getting in that bed. I know it. Already knew it. I said, this girl is dumb. So she has an ultrasound appointment set up today to go see the babies, right? Because y'all know she's pregnant with twins. And so True is like, okay, we're going to go to the ultrasound appointment. She telling True she don't want him to come. She annoyed me on this episode because it is a high epidemic of missing black fathers in the black community, in the homes. Most children are being raised by single mothers. And it saddens me when you have an actual man, even though True is trash, you have an actual man that wants to go to an ultrasound appointment with you, that wants to act like he wants to be a part of the baby's lives. But you sitting up here just so goofy talking about well, you have to earn that. When he shot the club up and got you pregnant, that's when he earned that. What are you talking about? He's the father. Whether you like him, whether you want him to be around or not, he is the children's father. He deserves to have the right to be at the ultrasound appointments, especially when he wants to. I don't get this. Do you know how many women were paid to have the fathers actually step up and want to be a part of the children's life and they don't get that? Shantae, like, are you crazy? So anyway, y'all, she just irritates me so badly. So he goes and hold up, y'all. He said he gonna let it slide, right? So Shantae was like, I don't want you there. He said, all right, I'm going to let this slide this time for me not being there, but I'm going to be there the other times for the ultrasound appointments. So he drives her to the ultrasound place. When she gets to the place, she up here inside the place and about to have the ultrasound, but then she's sitting there talking about this feels lonely. It feels like something's missing. And I'm like, yeah, what do you think is missing, Shantae? Maybe the father? Like, what is your problem? Why are you sitting up here talking about something missing when you know goodness well the father should be there? He should be in the room with her. And when she walked in the room, I don't know what True's obsession is with jumping on top of the hoods of trucks. I don't know. Do you not know what a seat looks like, True? Like a chair, a fold-out chair, a curb or something? He just dents trucks all the time, jumping his big old body up on the truck. I don't understand that. But anyway, so Shantae is like, this doesn't feel right. And so she leaves the appointment without getting the appointment. But when she gets out there, she tells True that the babies are good. Everything went good. She didn't tell him that she didn't actually have the appointment. Let's move on from that. Hold Hold up. So True says that he is worried though that when the next ultrasound appointments come around that he's not going to physically be there. And why is that? Because he said his PO found out that he is not actually staying at his mother's house. So he's supposed to be paroled to the mother's house, but y'all remember the mother put him out the house. So now the PO found that out. True is just as goofy as Shantae is because as soon as your mom put you out, why didn't you call your parole officer and give them another address? You know why? Because he doesn't have another address. He doesn't have another place to go or anything. And so that's why he didn't call the PO. He was trying to figure out his next move. And I felt like that was just dumb. Like, why are you sitting up here? You should have called the parole officer, level with him, let him know what was going on so that you would not even suffer the possibility of possibly going back in jail. To jail. Just crazy. What else happened, y'all? Hold on, y'all. Let me get my where I'm at in my notes. So, all right. We off that. So fast forward, Shantae says that they have a game night at her house. This was the most ghetto game night I ever seen in my life. There were no board games involved. They basically did like rock, paper, scissors and some generic brand of charades. And I was just like, what is going on here? They had some little chips and dips and stuff on the table. True comes in, he hugging all her kids and everything like that. The grandkids is running around. Then Shantae's friend comes in. And I like Shantae's friend because she was asking True the questions that he needed to be asked and holding him accountable to the questions, okay? Her friend is like, so what do you do for work? True talking about he work in a casino. The friend was like, do you clock in and out? Do you have a W-2 with this casino? Like, what's going on? He says, yeah, they have to put my ID in. I actually pay taxes and everything. So I don't know how true that is about him and his daggone job. But that friend was like, uh-huh. The friend in her confessionals was just like, she's just concerned because Shantae is her best friend and she is concerned about True being able to provide for her and take care of her and the babies the way he needs to. So while the friend is reading True and asking all these questions, Shantae is smiling and this is the first time I ever seen her like happy and moving around and everything. Because when she was in the Airbnb with True, we just saw her on her phone hunched over all the time looking depressed. But now when she at home when her friend is there, she's all like she's telling her friend, yeah, give it to him, read him, give him a third degree, okay? So what else happened? So True says that he's going to be at every ultrasound appointment because the friend said, are you going to be at the ultrasounds? He says, yes, as long as I can. And Shantae is like, what does that mean? And he then reveals that he might go back to jail if the PO says so because he doesn't live with his mom anymore. He tells Shantae that he has to drive to see the PO back where he's from, which is 5 hours away from her, and asks her to come with him. I said, you know what? He gonna drop that bomb on her at the last minute. And what did Shantae do? What did she do with her goofy self? She went ahead and said, well, I gotta find somebody to watch the kids. And so she found somebody, I guess, to watch the kids because the next thing we know, True is driving in his truck and Shantae behind him following him. So True is up here doing Fast and Furious, zooming down the highway, and Shantae calls him and says he needs to slow down because she following him. And I'm thinking the same thing. Like, why are you speedballing if I'm following you? Now, granted, she might have had the GPS in her car and got the address too. That's what I would have done in case I lost him. But still, she's following you and she's carrying your babies. Like, why would you want to outrun her? That's because he's a trash individual. What else? She said she's 15 weeks pregnant and she's due in July. So I'm thinking she had them babies this past July. But I was hearing some stuff, on the streets that she may have lost the babies, that maybe she didn't really have them or whatever, because I haven't seen no pictures of the twins. I haven't seen no talk of them or nothing. So we will find out definitely what happens. I'm not sure. If anyone knows, y'all can go ahead and put it in the comments because I don't really know. She says she has to that True has until July to get it together. Like, he needs to have a job. He needs to be hitting on all cylinders by July. I said, child, he is not going to be there. He's not going to be hitting on all cylinders by July. I don't know why your thinking that this man is going to be the man that you want, because she really wants this happily ever after with him. And her friend said that too. That's just not going to happen because he's trash. He doesn't want that. And y'all going to see how further trash he is in just a minute. So he sped ahead of her, so much so that he arrived a little earlier than she did to where he's from. And so when he arrived, he calls this friend, or this friend calls him. He pulls over, he meets up with this girl, a different girl. He talking about Shantae, no, he got female friends. I said, child, oh my goodness. This dude is the definition of trash man. Because I don't think Shantae would be okay with you going to go see a female friend knowing that she is following you to come be there for moral support for you to meet with your PO the next day. She wouldn't be okay with that. But anyway, he sped forward. You see him get out the truck. Now, you don't see him. You just hear their conversation, and a friend is talking about, oh, that coat look good on you and all this stuff, and they laughing and he and kikiing, and then you hear this unaudible sound. So I don't know if they was kissing, if they got a quickie in the truck, or what happened. A few seconds later, True get back in the truck. What in the world was that? They're gonna fly. True get back in the truck, and he's up here, chewing gum and stuff, looking like he just did something. I was like, he looked guilty. So he got back in the truck. Then Shantae calls, and she's like, where are you at? I'm like, a minute from you. And he's like, oh, I'm down the street, I guess from the hotel. I got lost or whatever. She's like, you got lost? And she's probably thinking, you're from here, how you gonna get lost? And he's like, oh no, I took the wrong exit because it was dark. Lying to her. And she knew it was a lie because she was just like, okay, true. And I was like, you know what? Why don't you hold this man accountable? I just don't understand. So they pull up to the hotel. They go to the hotel, and I guess they saying in 12 hours that he has to meet with the PO. And that was it with them. True is trash. Shantae is goofy. And I don't know why it is that she is letting this man drag her through all these ups and downs, ins and outs. She's taking a 5-hour drive carrying twin babies. Ain't no way that you would be telling me to come with you at the last minute and I'm just going to jump up and sign up and do it. I don't think so. He has literally her wrapped around his little pinky finger. Anything he say do, she does it. And to me, it's just a bad representation to her children and a bad representation of herself. Like, what is wrong with you, Shantae? I don't get it. Wake up. Like, and it's like, even if she said that it wouldn't work out with True, even if it doesn't work out with True, right? Unfortunately, you still have his babies inside of you. I was just like, why do women not use condoms? Why do you not say, you know what, I slipped up, let me go get a plan B or something? Like, what the heck? You set up here and let this man shoot the club up, and now you have to deal with this trash individual. I heard they still together to this day, but that don't mean nothing to me because what True has showed us on this show, unless it was a bad edit, and I don't think it is, what he showed us is that he's trash and that he's going to cheat on this girl. If they are still together, I surely can guarantee that they're not going to last for long. She gonna have a baby daddy again. It's gonna be another broken black family, unfortunately, again. So that's all I got, y'all. That's my review of Love After Lockup, Season 6, Episode 8, Hide and Seek. If this is your first time joining me, go ahead and like this video. Smash the like button on your way out. Replay watchers, what's up, y'all? Drop in the comments what y'all thought about this episode, what y'all rate this episode. I gave it an 8. I thought it was a pretty good episode for real. While I was watching it, I was like, you know what? This is a pretty good episode. So go ahead and make sure, most importantly, that you subscribe to the Redefine Me channel. We are almost at 500 subscribers, and I'm excited about my 500. Like, you got to celebrate them little wins so that you can really celebrate when you get to those big wins, right? But I thank y'all for joining me on this special review night. I normally go live on Sundays at 5 o'clock. However, it's my anniversary. My wedding anniversary is coming up, and we are cruising to Jamaica, and we're leaving tomorrow. So I wasn't going to be able to give y'all the live on Sunday. So that's why y'all are seeing me on Saturday, okay? All right, y'all. I love y'all so much. Y'all have a happy and blessed Saturday, and I will see y'all later. Bye.